Hi guys, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Rangers. We're going to be taking on Aberdeen just now. This is of course our game in hand, playing them at Ibrox. Of course this game took place last night in real life, was a 2-0 victory for Rangers. So hopefully we can get something similar here. We are in inconsistent form, but you have to remember we've been playing Champions League games, whereas Aberdeen are in strong form, though they haven't won in the last two. So hopefully we can get the victory here at Ibrox. Jonathan Bond is out with a broken finger, and Josh Wright is doubtful with food poisoning. Tim Gallagher can't play, calf strain, and Danilo Cataldi doubtful with a twisted ankle. As we look down here, nobody I really want to bring in. Andy Gilmore, still not quite going to trust him against a team like Aberdeen. Of course, one of the stronger teams in the league. We're going to actually keep Jordan Houston in for Sam Byram at the moment. Jordan Houston's doing pretty well for us. What does he prefer to be in a fullback area? Oh, he's not really as good at playing fullback anymore. Does he really like to be a wingback? Yeah, he does. Okay. And what's his absolute preferred position again? Let's make that back to attacking fullback. A wingback, yeah, as a wingback. Okay, anyway. Looking at the team, I think we're pretty much ready to go. I think I'm going to leave Mitchell in for Borthwick Jackson because he's done really well. Mitchell coming in. Ryan Jack's also been playing pretty well. It is harsh on Barjonas to be taken out the squad at the moment, but we'll leave Ryan Jack in there while he's playing well. I think that'll be the team. So it'll be Fulton, Houston, Fernandez, Wallace, Mitchell, Jack, McGinn, O'Halloran, Henderson, Afif and Morelos. That'll be the team as we take on Peter Grant's Aberdeen, who are also playing a 4-2-3-1. No real notable additions actually to their squad. They're fairly similar to what they begin the game with. Just standard, go out there and impress me. Jordan Houston, Dimitri Mitchell and Akram Afif, impressed by that, so hopefully we can get some joy down the flanks against them today. Morelos to Henderson and Fernandez. Let's go boys, come on, let's stick it to them. I didn't actually see the game last night myself, but it kind of sounds like Rangers just battered Aberdeen, so hopefully we can do that here. And we've got an early throw, 1 minute in. Mitchell to Henderson, takes two Aberdeen players away, into the middle, but it is headed away. Adam Rooney can't get there ahead of Fernandez, so out wide, there you go son, right, O'Halloran. You've got the overlap for Houston. No, it's coming inside. Henderson round the corner to McGinn, there you go. Morelos, hit it son, first time! Oof! And he struck the post, 1 minute 20 seconds in, the keeper's beaten, but it comes off the post. And we're dominating the early going, over 80% possession in the first 5 minutes, absolutely battering them. We're still up above 70% after 10. Statistically, we're absolutely romping it here, we just need that goal. Houston throws it to Henderson. Rolls it to McGinn, takes a touch, opens his body just over the bar. 6 shots to their 1 in the opening 20, but we've only hit the target with 2 of those 6, that's a little disappointing. A little under the weather myself right now, if that's affecting my voice coming over, I'm not really sure, but none of the team have that excuse. They should be performing a lot better than this. You know, over 60% possession, we can't even get a goal in the first half hour. McGinn, Afif now. Goes away out right, O'Halloran, Houston's got a bit of space, digs it across, Henderson flicks it on, Afif at the back stick, what a save by Luke Southwood in the Aberdeen goal, bloody hell, but he shouldn't have a chance. Afif should be busting the net with that. Well, O'Halloran and Shinnie both injured at the exact same time, that's a strange one. Byram will come on for O'Halloran, we'll throw Jordan Houston forward. Jordan Houston, oh actually winger, he's natural up there playing as a winger now, so he seems to be his preferred position. As Luke Southwood goes long, and here's Wright with the ball now for Aberdeen, who've done nothing all half. Ryan Jack can't get it, Tansey out wide, here they come with Jones. Oh, he's galloped by Mitchell. Jones, is it an absolute sucker punch, puts it in deep, Fernandez away, comes back to Nkololo, Wright hits it, and it is the sucker punch of the century from Scott Wright. And we're 1-0 down before half time. Well, we're going to need to go through them at half time. This has been an absolute shambles. McGinn's going to come off. Well, actually, Dimitri Mitchell is going to come off first. You just so no aggressive. Show me something else. We're not even going to be assertive here. We're going to be aggressive. Mitchell is off for Borthwick Jackson. Mitchell absolutely sold himself for that goal there, flying in and no getting it. It has to be Borthwick Jackson now. Connor to Logan, obviously telling them to push forward at the start of the half. Honestly, they better come out here with a purpose. It's already been about 10 minutes. Okay, we have the corner now. McGinn in, easily away. Morelos on the volley, deflects Ryan Jack on the volley, just beyond Southwood. Maybe the keeper should actually have done better this time. He made an absolute worldie from Akram Afif, but then he can't stop Ryan Jack's shot on the volley there. And it is 1-1. Now Aberdeen to kick off. Let's just take it off them and score again and go 2-1 up within 10 minutes of the second half. It's knocked long. Houston nicks it. Morelos. Now here we go. They're absolutely rattled. It's getting amongst them. Jack, Henderson, McGinn. You've got Borthwick Jackson. There's a Fief. Dinks it in. Finds a run of Henderson. And Luke Southwood doesn't know what to do. And within 10 minutes of the second half, 2-1 Rangers. So good, man. This is the mark of champions. Oh, you sucker bunches before half time? Fine, we'll just come out in the second half and smash you with 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Corner, right, let's make it 3 and bury them here. Fernandez can't win it. Henderson though. Morelos. Tees up Ryan Jack. So easy. Okay, we can bring somebody on now. I'm going to go Odsonne Edouard. He's had relatively limited game time recently, Edouard, with Morelos playing really well. And that's Ryan Jack now on a hat-trick against Aberdeen. Statistically now 19 shots to their 4. And we've had 9 on target. We've been much more clinical since going behind. It was a perfect response. This will take us, of course, once again 3 points clear of Celtic. And we will be 1 goal clear of them. Or possibly 2 if we could score again. Southwood going long. Away by Murray Wallace, good man. O'Connor on though, Tansey can't get there. Jack to Houston, moves it quickly to Henderson. Brilliant decision. Henderson in behind. Odsonne Edouard tackled. McGinn just over the bar. He's put a bit too much power in his efforts right now, I think, McGinn. That's 2 that he's put over. Ends the game with a 7 though, when he was playing quite poorly in the first half. Arundel with the throw to McLean. There's still time for a consolation here for Aberdeen. Arundel being hounded, but still finds McLean. Afif, what a challenge that is, but it is picked up by Jones. Our defence is sleeping a little bit. Oh, it's flapped at by Ian Fulton. Borthwick Jackson has to clear. But it remains 3-1 Rangers, and it will remain 3-1 Rangers, I suspect. Jones forward for Hughes. I'm going to take a look at that young Hughes in a minute. It's played out wide to Arundel. Come on, ref. Whipped in. Ian Fulton catches it in a rather weird looking fashion. But there you go. 3 goals in the second half. 3-1. Aberdeen couldn't live with us after we were fired up passionately. You've done brilliant to come back and win that, boys. So proud of the team and their response. And yeah, we're going to look at that young lad, weren't we? Charlie Hughes. Contracted to Aberdeen. He looks a decent prospect as a striker. He's not really played many senior games, mind you. O'Halloran is out for 2 to 3 weeks with a concussion, so that's going to be Jordan Houston starting as a winger. Let's see, Ian Fulton is praised upon as manager after Rangers pulled off a 3-1 win. So it was Ian Fulton that liked our team talk. Ian Fulton, good boy. Surely we're favoured personnel. We've brought him in as like a 16-year-old. Yeah, we are. He likes us. He likes some of our youth staff and things. He likes George Good, the fitness coach. Very good. Holds me in the highest regard as manager, as you would expect. An 18-year-old who is an absolute stick-on starter for Rangers. And won the league already as an 18-year-old. You would imagine he would like the gaffer that gave him that opportunity. As Danilo Cataldi returns to full training. How is he? Is anybody interested in him yet? No. I expect somebody to come in for Danilo Cataldi relatively quickly. Maybe not in January, but maybe next summer. He's got far too much quality, frankly, to be playing in this league. We're privileged to have him at the minute. Falkirk versus Hamilton. Go on, Falkirk. 2-2, not bad. Hopefully Bednarchek got 2 of them. Bednarchek did not play well at all. That is a shame, but he is training well and improving. Honestly, he's going to end up a good player. Mark my words, he's going to end up a good player. Dapo Mabudi didn't play exceptionally well on the Hamilton side, but did okay. I actually suspect that Bednarchik will come in and fill that O'Halloran role. Him and Jordan Houston will kind of be duking it out a bit. So we're playing Dundee today. Celtic go up to Tannadice tomorrow. That's no an easy game. This will put us, hopefully, if we can win here, 6 points clear of Celtic. Dundee rock bottom, 1 win, 2 draws and 6 losses so far under Stephen Presley. They've got 3 players out and 7 players doubtful. Bloody hell. Let's look at that squad. That must look bare. Jesus Christ. That is insane how many players they have injured. Alright, we should absolutely decimate them. And I'm going to take a bit of a risk here. I'm actually going to bring Zach Rudden into the frame on the bench. And I'm actually going to take out Ivanildo Fernandez for Andy Gilmore coming into the back for a rare start. Actually no, I'm taking out Murray Wallace because he's only 82% fitness. Borthwick Jackson returns after Mitchell's poor mistake last time out, and Jamie Barjonas can come in for John McGinn to play alongside Ryan Jack. So the team: Fulton, Byram, Gilmore, Fernandez, Borthwick Jackson, Ryan Jack, Barjonas, Houston, Henderson, Afif and Morelos. Morelos pretty much unshiftable at the moment, and the team is playing really well leading the line. It's a 4-2-3-1 for a Dundee side heavily influenced by injuries. Let's see, how is this Stephen Darby? He does not look like a great player there. 6.63 average. Hopefully Afif can get some joy down the wing. Assertively, a team such as ours should be winning this without any problems. Morelos and Henderson motivated. Let's just stick it to them here. Push forward. We want to be putting that pressure on early doors, getting right into their faces. Fernandez, Borthwick Jackson, Barjonas, lovely cheeky wee flick. Even their bench players are injured. The players they have managed to get onto the team sheet are still injured. Jack now, a minute and a half gone. It's forward to Houston, moves it too quickly for the defender. Henderson, Houston's in behind for the 1-2, has a shot. Just sat up wrong for him there. He's smashed one wide. Should have just squared it for me, but there you go. Actually, Macaulay, who's actually starting the game, is injured, which says a lot about their faith in El Baktui, who doesn't seem to be injured and only makes a bench. But 20 minutes in, they're doing a hell of a lot better than Aberdeen. But Morelos does pinch it from the back line. Jack, Henderson, Houston, acres of space again. Cuts in, Barjonas now. Morelos, can we find a way through the line? Finds Afif. Is he onside? He is, but he just passes it right into Scott Bain's arms. And we're struggling to create real clear-cut opportunities here. Morelos and Afif not playing particularly well today. Switch of play for Williams. Oh, almost got there, but Williams picks it up. Ryan Jack heads it away. Henderson now, here we go the other way. Moves it for Morelos. It's not a good ball, but Morelos can pinch it, but then loses it back to Wallace. They're playing in a very determined manner here, Dundee, actually. They seem to really be up for it, these rotational boys. Oh, but it is given away. Byram to Houston. Take him on, Houston, if you're a winger. Oh, there he goes. Houston, get the right ball in. Angles it. Morelos, there you go. Jordan Houston. MD want to tell us now that he's not a winger. That's wing play if ever I've seen it, and it's an excellent finish from Morelos, and hopefully that should be floodgates now. That should be Dundee's defence breached. That should be the resolve broken, and we should just batter on from here, hopefully. Give Henderson a wee rest at the break. Possibly bring on Rudden, actually, for Henderson. Afif looking tired as well. A little bit disappointed that it is actually only 1-0 at the half-time break. But we've obviously dominated the game. Only one shot for Dundee, nothing on target. I'm pleased with how it's playing. Andy Gilmore is delighted with that. Henderson is coming off indeed for Zach Rudden, who will play... he can play as a shadow striker, I suppose. Morelos... Morelos is still going to be an advanced forward. I know a shadow striker is supposed to work with a deep lying forward or something, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Haksabanovic on for a rather tired Akram Afif as well, so those two can get a rest, Henderson and Afif, and Rudden and Haksabanovic can show us what they can do. Delivered by Barjonas, and it's a push on Ivanildo Fernandez. Alfredo Morelos will step up to improve his goal record this season once more. Hopefully from the spot, should be easy to dispatch this beyond Scott Bain. Morelos is in excellent form in front of goal. He steps up on the left foot, right down the middle. Scott Bain moves. 2-0 Rangers, 2 for Morelos. 13 goals for the season for Alfredo Morelos. And I expect a bigger team to come calling for Morelos at some point, especially if he continues to score. Haksabanovic, cheeky wee move off the training field. Jack, Barjonas, Morelos for the hat-trick. Oh, what a finish by Morelos. It is 3-0, it is the hat-trick. Here comes Odsonne Edouard. And a well-earned rest for Alfredo Morelos in the second half. 11 minutes gone, we've got that's 2 games in a row actually. We've come out of the traps quickly in the second half to score 2 goals. Of course it mattered a lot more against Aberdeen when we were behind 1-0 at half time. But that should be Dundee buried now, and it's a matter of how many goals we can rack up, especially, you know, when Celtic are chasing you down. It's important to rack up as many goals as you can, get that goal difference improved, especially when they can always batter you like they did last time we played them. Byram taker on a man, whipping it, a lot of whip on that, but it goes right into Scott Bain's gloves. He bowls it out, that's a bit dangerous. Rudden and Edouard pressing them, they go long. Gilmore, oh, so casual to head it to Houston. Byram scoops it for Haksabanovic. What a pass that is by Sam Byram. Into Edouard, lovely touch, overlap. Borthwick Jackson, can he round the corner? Haksabanovic, nope, back the way Barjonas. But Borthwick Jackson's got acres now. Crosses it first time. Houston's there, lovely touch, sets himself. What a finish, Jordan Houston. And he's the future of this club, Jordan Houston, I'll tell you that much. We're not going to let him go. He's not going to be another Danny Wilson or an Alan Hutton who goes to rot in England. And now Elback 2 gets a run out that they're 4-0 down. This will put us 5 goals clear of Celtic and of course 6 points, but they have to play Dundee United tomorrow. Dundee United, by the way, if they beat Celtic, will actually move up above them in the league. So Dundee United got a lot to play for. That said, it was pretty routine for us when we took them on. Unfortunately, we're down to 10 men now. Jordan Houston injured, but we will just bring in Haksabanovic centrally. Just play without the wide men at the moment. Hopefully, Houston's not out for too long though. We've got 2 to 3 weeks for Michael O'Halloran. So last thing we need is Jordan Houston to be injured as well. Then we're down a right winger. That's a good bit of play. Elback Tui. He's put it wide. That's probably why they didn't want him on earlier. Not a great finish by Faisal Elback Tui, whose pronunciation I'm probably butchering. Gandhi to Thomas now. Dundee looking at least for a consolation. Baxter in behind. Oh, out wide to Wallace. It's a good pass actually by Elback Tui. It's back into him on the header down to Thomas. It's easy for Fulton. It's actually 2 decent opportunities there for Elback Tui to score, and he's absolutely blown both of them, which we won't complain about. I'm sure Ian Fulton won't either. Clean sheet for him as Ryan Jack looks for Borthwick Jackson. It is nicked by Derby, who'll come the other way for Dundee. I'd imagine something's going to happen here. I don't imagine they'll make us watch a minute of absolutely nothing. Derby round the corner for Hall. Should be Ian Fulton's good man. Smothers it at the feet. 30 seconds left. And yes, now I suspect that nothing is going to happen. Fulton kicks it long. Can Edouard win the header? Oh, he can. Down to Jack. Barjonas. And it looks like a comfortable 4-0 victory for us. 3-1 over Aberdeen, 4-0 over Dundee. Yeah, Edouard's not going to get that. Will be 4-0. And it's exactly the kind of response we needed. You got battered by Celtic. We lost to Dortmund as well after that, but then we came back, beat Hibs, beat Aberdeen, beat Dundee. So it certainly looks like we're going to continue our dominance domestically. It's just whether or not Celtic can match up to that, that's the question. Ayr getting a point against Hearts, which is nice. They're 6 points clear of Dundee now, Ayr. They are 4 points clear of St Johnstone and Hibs. Hibs lost today to Aberdeen. St Johnstone getting the draw against Killie. Jordan Houston, 4 to 5 weeks for Jordan Houston. That's not great. Muirhead plays well again for Stranraer for Pala plays poor for for Livingston. Ross McCrory plays exceptionally for Ross County. And we're going to send the assistant to the Dundee press conference. Robbie McCrory was okay for Partick. Marco Milanese was below par for Partick. Danny Finlayson was pretty decent for Morton in their draw with Motherwell. Gordon Payne again played well for Alloa, who draw with Brechin. Dominic Lydon was bang average for Peterhead. David Bates played pretty well for Ayr in their draw against Hearts. How's he getting on his development now? He's kind of stagnated a little bit, David Bates. He is 24 years of age now, of course. So let's see that Celtic result before we progress. Oh, we've got the training report. Athame, who, how the hell is he still here, sucking 8 grand out of my wage bill? At least he's gone next summer. He did poorly, as you'd imagine. Andy Gilmore doing well, which is nice, of course. Craig Sampson, player of the month. Craig Sampson's playing down in Queen's Park. He's still bloody good, man. Look at those stats. For a guy playing down in League 2, that's incredible. And it's Cowdenbeath's Zidane Akers. But then it's Dominic Lydon with coming in 3rd place for League 2 Player of the Month. Training very, very well down there. Long may it continue. Lewis Ferguson, Zidane Akers and Dominic Lydon, that's fine, whatever. Young Player of the Month. League 1 Player of the Month, Will Graham on loan from Kelly at Stranraer. Then it was Adam Muirhead, who's done very well down there so far. Young Player of the Month is the same. Premiership Player of the Month, Craig Sibbald, and then it was Alfredo Morelos, and then it was Kevin O'Hara. How is Sibbald looking at this age? Nah, he's not quite good enough for Rangers. Kevin O'Hara, I'd imagine, is the same. Dapo Mabudi, Young Player of the Month, good for him. Jordan Houston just behind him, and then Douglas Aurelio at Falkirk just in behind again. Let's have a wee scout of him. He's only a young man. Let's have a wee scout of him. The Hamilton boss Martin Canning, Gaffer of the Month, then Malky Micaiah Hearts, and then ourselves. My God, are Celtic ever going to play Dundee United? We're playing Dortmund next at Ibrox. We're just gonna have to attack them. We play exactly as we did against the likes of Aberdeen and Dundee there. Get the full lineup out and just hope we can go and cause an upset like we did to Milan. We really need to. We need to win. We need the 3 points for that one to have any chance of nicking 3rd place. If we look at the group now, we are the bottom group here. We are 3rd at the moment, but we really need a points advantage over Dortmund and Milan, pretty much going into the last 2 to have any hope of going through. Jordan Houston's actually the assist leader. Afif's joint top scorer, but obviously that's taken into account the qualifiers, which don't count when the awards get made at the end of the competition. Here we go. Finally, Celtic are at Tannadice. I bet they just win like 6-0 now after all this anticipation. 2-1. They've nicked it 2-1. Trezeguet and Sinclair after James Keating's actually put them behind as well. But there you go. Celtic with the victory moves them back to within 3 points, but now with no games in hand or anything. This is how the table sits. We are on 25 points with a 16 goal difference. 8-1-1 is the record. Celtic on 22, 7-1-2 with a 12 goal difference is their record. So that's going to be it for this episode. 2 comfortable victories at Ibrox, scoring 7 goals in the process and only leaking 1. Hopefully that little bit of confidence, we can take that into the Dortmund game and maybe get something, who knows. Then we have Hamilton coming to Ibrox after that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. It was nice to get back to domestic action and get some nice routine wins on. It was also nice to get young Gilmore out there and a couple of the rotational boys against Dundee there. So that was good. Obviously nice being 1 down against Aberdeen at the break to come out in the second half and get such a comfortable win in the end in that one. I feared actually when we went 1-0 down that it could be disaster for us, but we rallied really well. The team has obviously got a lot more bounce back ability now than it did in previous seasons, so that's good to see. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you have, please drop down below and leave a like. Of course, if you want to follow the series or any other series on the channel, we've got a nice Ajax Youth Academy challenge going on as well. Then of course you could subscribe, which I'd be really grateful for. But mostly I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time when Dortmund and Hamilton come to town.